This is the second month of us monthly budgeting. I have 2 streams of income technically. It slipped through the cracks again this month. Put it into our high yield savings, see what we would get approved for, and like, new background alert, happy payday. I'm not fully 100% on this background yet. Also, I just don't think I look 100% like myself right now. My hair is slicked back. Look at slicked back today. It's oiled up. After the move, I worked 10 days straight, and this is like the first video I'm filming back from my MIA-ness. Welcome to a payday routine. I had to film a payday routine in this new space. It was like a must do. I'm still trying to figure out my backgrounds, but currently this is what we have. Flowers and a mirror in the bedroom and a coffee here. So hi. Welcome back to another payday. If you're new, welcome. My name is Jill. I'm 25. I live in South Florida. I make lifestyle content and I share my payday routines. We've recently just started monthly budgeting and I'm so excited to be sharing because we've just started monthly budgeting last month. So this is the second month of us monthly budgeting and I am so excited to be monthly budgeting, to be sharing these paydays with you guys. I hope you love it. Definitely subscribe if you're new, if you like the payday routines and want to stick around for the payday routines. So a quick intro on how our finances are set up and our like money and how we deal with our money. Tyron, my husband, and I both work full-time in hospitality. I am on salary. He is on hourly plus gratuity. So we have definitely a different pay setup than each other. Basically what we do is combine our income. We put all our money towards bills and then we look at what we have left over to put into savings and anything else that we have going on. Currently we're in a bit of a transition phase right now. So we just moved to a new apartment. So I am going to share how much rent was this month. Spoiler alert, it's a lot. And a lot of people are going to say a lot of things about it because it's gone up kind of a lot. If you look at this payday, I think it went pretty well. We're very excited to be monthly budgeting and starting to put money towards savings. Our current goals are to buy a house as well as build an emergency fund. We're trying to decide if they're kind of like we're doing it at the same time, if we're doing one and then the other. Everybody has different thoughts and opinions on it. And build your emergency fund first. I'm definitely gonna get comments on this video saying that too. Build your emergency fund first and then save for the house. Some will say do a percentage in one and a percentage in other. Everybody's kind of different with it. We haven't really decided. We're kind of just putting everything into a high yield savings currently. At the end of this video, I will share a savings update as well. But shall we get into the payday? We are budgeting for the month, like I said. So we're starting from the first of the month all the way to the end and what we have to pay for bills. Let me pull up my budget. If you are new here, I do use the CoplentyOffical 2.0 budget spreadsheet. I found this through a YouTuber and I used her discount code. I'll have the details in my description box as well if you would like to look into getting this budget. It was honestly very inexpensive and I love it. It's actually really easy to navigate and I'll kind of share that as we go. Okay, so this is what the monthly budget looks like. We did get paid on January 29th, so that was the last paycheck of January and we are technically counting that as like our first paycheck of February because it's literally right before the month started. So this whole paycheck is going towards bills pretty much. So I'll go into my income and share what that looks like and then you'll kind of see what I mean when I say that. So like I said, Tyron and I share finances. I have 2 streams of income technically. I have my full-time job, my salary position, and then I have YouTube AdSense. I typically don't make much from this at all. That will come out at the end of the month though, so I won't receive that. So basically how the AdSense works is what I made in January will come out at the end of February, if that makes sense. Like it'll get put into my account. I'm really stressed out about the taxes, guys. I have to figure out YouTube taxes and I have no idea how to do it. I've never worked for myself like this before, so it definitely stresses me out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea how to do this, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. We have the first paycheck of the month going towards bills and the second going towards savings. I did not film the second payday routine of January because it was way too busy with the move, my birthday, I was working a lot, there's too much going on. I will share though, we did have money left over from that payday from like just paying like some credit card stuff. My birthday, we were spending money on that and then whatever we had left over went towards savings, which was the goal. Amazing. So I'll share that as well. So for my first paycheck of the month, it's gonna be the same next paycheck as well. I got $1,979. That is my salary position. It does not change, it does not fluctuate. That is how much I make, so that's always how much it's gonna be. So almost $2,000 per paycheck. After insurance is taken out and taxes and all that, that is what I end up with per paycheck. Tyron made $2,650 this paycheck, so that's pretty good. So happy with that. That's like over $4,000 from this paycheck alone. And then we did have almost $2,000 left over from the past paycheck. We had $1,925 left over from the last paycheck, which we did put into savings. So I will kind of go through all of that with you guys. If you go all the way over to the right, you will see how much we made in total for this paycheck. It was $6,554, which is amazing. That's with the last month leftover included in that, so that carried over. Left to spend, we have $322.39. that has not been budgeted out yet because we are still waiting to see what our electricity bill is going to be for this month. I'm filming this like right after we got paid, so we don't know what it's going to be just yet. But then once that happens, that money will go towards that, and the rest of whatever's left over will go towards gas and savings for our gas. So if you look at our total bills, in total it's $4,035.81. A huge chunk of that is our new rent, which we will get into. And then our subscriptions in total were $195.80. And if you see there, we did put $2,000 into savings. So whatever was left over from the last paycheck and then a little bit from this paycheck, we put into savings, which is incredible. I'm so excited. We'll get into the savings conversation after we go over the budget. If you scroll down to our bills, not too much, honestly. We have really narrowed down most of our bills. We're still trying to consolidate a little more. We're trying to stop using the American Express credit card, as well as get our phone bill down. Actually, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. It slipped through the cracks again this month. If you have been on the journey with me, I'm gonna get comments about this. I always get comments about my phone bill. I need to switch to a cheaper phone plan. It's one of those things where I talk about in the payday and then we forget about until it comes out again the next paycheck. It's just such a small thing to do. It's just one of those like inconvenient small things that we just have not done yet and we need to do. So that is still up and it needs to come down, but that's gonna be the next thing that we consolidate. But let's start at the top with our rent. Some of you are seeing that and you're like, holy shit, Jill, what is that? That is our new rent. So we just moved to a new apartment. With not spending on the credit card, we're more than fine with this rent. We decided to go for a bigger apartment with more space, with a balcony, doors to the bedroom. Where we live is I would say it's a more expensive zip code. We pay for convenience. We live right near work and we really don't have many other expenses in life. So right now it makes sense for us to live here while we're making money to save for the house, while we're working where we're working. It just makes sense. We don't have to commute. If we had stayed in the old apartment we were in, our rent would have gone up almost $300. So it would have only been $400 less than what we're paying for this. It just made more sense to do this. And on top of that, if we moved out like away from this current building, we would have had to get another form of transportation. So we would have ended up having to pay for like another car insurance. It just made more sense to move. We have one car. We have like really decreased most of our bills. We've paid off all our credit card debt. So we're really just spending on rent, car, phone subscriptions, and then savings. So that's kind of where we're at. So our current rent now is $2,925. I will note that includes internet, that includes cable, because we do have those fees tied in. We have a parking fee for our garage. We have a trash maintenance fee in there as well. So the base rent is like $2,700, and then with the internet and all that added on, and we get it through our community. Like it's kind of just all included in the rent, all included, you know what I mean? That's what that money is. Honestly, I was so nervous it was gonna feel awful paying that. It honestly didn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna feel. I think if it was at the $3,000 mark, it's just under it. It's basically $3,000, but I don't see a 3, so it still doesn't feel like as much as I was thinking it was gonna feel like, if that makes sense. I know that's silly, that sounds ridiculous, but it's just how I feel, so I'm just sharing how I feel. Our car lease is $530.88. We've had the car for almost 3 years now. It is a 3-year lease. Once the car is finished, I think in September it'll be done, we're gonna look into buying out a new car of some form, I think. It is a very expensive lease. I will note I did not put any money down for this lease, so I was putting in $0 because I had to pay off my old lease to get the new lease. I don't really regret it because it's gotten us from point A to point B for the last few years. But going forward, I would like to decrease that expense if possible, or at least own it by the end of paying all that money. I would like to own it because we don't own it and we're not gonna. We're definitely looking into new cars and what we want to buy and like have for a long period of time. We're still not completely sure what that is yet, but we're looking into it. I look so pale. Between this tan background, the white flowers, the white top, I look pale. Listen, it's 40 degrees in Florida right now. I am loving it. It makes me feel like I'm back up north in New England, but I'm very much in Florida. It is 40 degrees. What are we doing? I'm obsessed. I look outside though and I see palm trees and I'm like, this doesn't feel like Florida. I'm not complaining because it's been so hot this year. I will take the cold. I miss the cold, truly. When you're in one season for so long, you tend to miss the cold. Anyway, moving on. Car insurance, $274.80. Our electricity, like I said, we don't know what it's gonna be, but it's probably gonna be around like 150, I would say. So the rest of that money, it's like what, 170-ish left over-ish. I don't know the exact math, but that's gonna then go towards gas, groceries, whatever, savings, whatever we need it for in the next coming weeks. Our phone, $162.22. Like I said, we need to consolidate this. We're gonna work on that for February. Our American Express, we did have a little bit processing through on there, $142.91. So that is all the bills. We don't have any credit card debt. We don't have many bills, really. We don't have much we have to pay for, which I am grateful for. I mean, I feel like our bills are quite high. I wish we were not paying $4,000 in bills per month. That's like a whole paycheck for Tyron and I, and then our second paycheck goes towards savings now, but it still is a lot, I feel like. But for where we live in South Florida. South Florida is expensive. We live in an expensive zip code as well, I will say. So I feel like for where we are and we're doing in our day-to-day, it's actually pretty low. Like we don't really spend a ton. We're not really buying things. Like this is a phase of life we're in. It just works for us right now. Moving down to subscriptions and memberships. For YouTube, I have my Epidemic Sound, $19.59. Netflix, $19.25. My music and my cloud is $22.83. My Amazon Prime, $16.04. And my Canva, which I use for my thumbnail and text, is $12.95. All this has like stayed the same for the most part. Can I do write-offs for YouTube for my Canva and my Epidemic Sound? I gotta talk to an accountant or something because I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. This is probably why. Here's what I notice in my life. When I'm ready for more once my way. And I think, not that this is the reason I'm not making more from YouTube yet, but I do feel like I learn as I go. So I feel like once I learn how to master this, more good will come my way with YouTube and like making money from YouTube, because the ultimate goal is to end up making YouTube like my main stream of income. I would love to do that. I'm just gonna be fully transparent. My goal in life is to not have to work for someone else and to work for myself. It's just what it is. I just love the freedom, truly. I love freedom. And I think that would provide me a lot of freedom. So anyway, with that said though, I don't even know how to do taxes. I don't know how to do any of it. So I feel like I need to learn how to do that. Moving into gas, groceries, etc. We got gift cards, so like money for groceries. So we ended up using that for groceries this past like few weeks, but the next paycheck you'll probably see some come out from the next paycheck when I do a February. When I do a second payday routine of February, you'll see that. And then for gas, $50. And then moving over to the savings. $2,000 in our savings. I'm so excited to share $2,000 in our savings. We put it into our high yield savings. I guess we can move into the savings conversation. I need to figure out before the next paycheck what our exact savings goal is and our timeline for it. I feel like when you have that, you can really focus. I feel like when you don't have a timeline or a specific number goal, you're kind of just like going through the motions, saving here, saving there, or like it's the same thing when you pay off debt. Like when you pay off credit card debt, that's what I was doing. So I think once we decide on that, then I'll be able to be like, okay guys, this is how much left we have to save for. And I really want to start a segment where we're kind of going over the savings a little bit more. So in total in our high yield savings account, it's not much, but we're very close to the double digits. I think we might be able to hit 10,000 this month, maybe not, but we are officially at $7,367. There was a good couple months we were not putting in savings. Like the credit card was high, we were spending a bit the last few months, but I'm so happy that this paycheck we were able to put in $2,000. It's actually technically January savings. So we'll see what we're gonna put in for February. But this is all in the February payday because that money carried over. But I'm so excited that we're finally slowly seeing some money going towards savings. Like, we are absolutely no longer in the negatives anymore. We're not even at zero anymore. Like, we have money. I should also know, if you're new here, we're trying to buy a house in Cape Town as like an investment property, and I probably won't share too much about it because it's like, I'm not even gonna show it. Like, it's just gonna be like another stream of income for us, kind of like going on in the background. It's just not really something I really want to bring to YouTube, and that's kind of what we plan for that house, and then we'll look into other property down the line. But we're working on the first house now. I might have some house saving news in the next payday routine. I will let you know. We may have received some kind of updates. We did apply for a loan. Is that how it works? Or you see how much you could get approved for a loan. It was really cool to like fill out the paperwork and like see what we would get approved for and like see what that process would be like. That was really fun. So I'm happy to share that. I'm gonna end this video though. I'm gonna save the house conversation for the next payday routine. I am genuinely so happy with how this paycheck went. I feel like I don't even have too much to say because I'm like, it went so well. Like, I don't need to get into it too much. So with that, I guess I'm gonna end this payday routine. I would love to hear in the comments, how are you doing with your paydays? How was January and February looked for you for your paydays? Where are you all at? I'm definitely so happy that we're monthly budgeting and putting money in the savings. I am so proud of us. I really wanted to put in like $3 grand for January, but technically we only did 2, but that's okay. I'm still happy with what we did. I think any progress is progress. Progress over perfection, as Tyron always tells me, progress over perfection. So I'm here to tell you that, but I would love to hear, what are your savings goals? What are you working towards? I want to hear all about it. So with that, I want to end this video here. I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to go rot on the couch with my greasy, slicked back hair. And that is going to be the end of the February payday routine. Number 1. There will be a number 2. Do not worry. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you all in the next vlog. Bye.